2.5 billion tonnes a year of waste is generated around the world, and that figure is only expected to increase until 2050. Yet, only around 20% of waste is recycled. The majority of waste ends up in landfill. Sadly, most of this waste is produced in the global north and ends up polluting and causing other problems, including problems with health in the global south. Therefore, waste is an issue of climate and environmental justice. In order to get to net zero by 2050 or even 2030 as Bristol's target is, we will need to reduce the waste we generate by 65%. That means half of this will have to disappear before 2030 from every household, every day, every week. We waste lots of different materials. We waste plastics in various different forms. May this be solid PET or flexible or something like this, which is HDPE. We waste metal, and again in various different forms. This is steel, but there's also aluminium and other types of metals that we waste too. We waste cardboard. This could be thin like this or corrugated, where it's got lots of different layers. And finally, we waste paper, and again paper in various different forms. This is shiny and got lots of print on it, but we put office paper in the recycling as well. It's not just us as individuals or households that create waste. Fast fashion and other industries create waste on a mass scale too. But all materials have embodied carbon. All materials have a different process to both create them and dispose of them. And all materials use finite resources. So we should be really careful about what we use and how we use it. Some people are going zero waste. This has been branded as a new idea, but is it actually just learning from history in different cultures around the world? Also, could every human live zero waste every day? We have banned plastic straws. We charge for plastic carrier bags. Though plastic waste has caught the headlines, one of the biggest problems is actually e-waste. So this is electrical waste from all your electronics, and that has a lot of precious metals and other valuable resources in. Are all these policies and interventions by the government around plastics and other materials enough? There are a lot of plastics already out there in the world that aren't going anywhere. They're continuing to create pollution in our seas and around the world. What should we do about this? There is plenty of stuff already in the world. Recycling isn't enough. It encourages people to create more waste because they believe it's being processed in a good way. There's not one method to reduce our waste by 65% by 2030. We can do this by reducing our consumption. We can do this by using things more than once, multiple times. We can do this by repairing things that are broken as opposed to buying new. We can do this by recycling more and better and developing technology around that. Chemical recycling is beginning to be possible at industrial scale. But what I think is that we should stop, ban, outlaw extracting things, any new stuff, any new resources in order to make things. And we should only use materials that are already in existence. I think that's really important to make sure we get to our 2050 or 2030 targets. What do you think?